Hi there, Amber Burke here. Let's do a brief foam rolling sequence. This could feel really nice on a day that self-massage sounds more appealing than a full workout. It could also be really nice as a warm-up for a workout or even as a cool down. Let's start by mobilizing the back a little bit, putting the foam roller near the middle of our yoga mat and lying back with the roller at the lower back, hands behind the head. We'll control this movement with our feet and glide forward and back, massaging the back really at the thoracic spine. So the back of the rib cage is what we are rolling right now. You could stick with this dynamic movement, or you could try placing the foam roller right underneath your shoulder blades, maybe lowering your hips all the way to the floor and leaning back a little. Hands could hold your head to keep any pressure off your neck. Or some of you might be happy bringing your head all the way to the floor, opening your arms into goalpost arms or more of a Y shape. This pose might make it easy to take some deep breaths. You don't, however, want to feel any tingling or numbness while doing this, while doing anything really. So if you are feeling tingling or numbness, try to back off a little bit, maybe come up a little bit higher, keep the movement dynamic if that feels better for you. After paying some attention to the back, let's move to the hips. We'll sit right on the foam roller, hands behind us. We're staying broad across heart center and rolling forward and back, giving the glutes a little bit of a massage. Maybe we're veering the knees in one direction and then in the other direction. Some people even like taking a figure 4 pose, so you could cross your left ankle over your right knee and then lean some weight toward your left hip. We're looking for a place that feels interesting, that feels rewarding. And after spending a few breaths on one side, you can shift to the other side. Full inhales, full exhales. We could try straightening the legs out and gliding the hips back and then forward. This takes a little bit of core strength, right? Hips are moving back and then forward. We're massaging the hamstrings now. And they can feel nice using this foam roller. It does a little something. But for a still more intense hamstring massage, we could use massage balls that could be even more rich with sensation. And after paying some attention to the backs of the legs like this, let's pay attention to the fronts of the thighs, arranging ourselves on our forearms, kind of like Sphinx pose or forearm plank. And we're walking the forearms forward, and then we're walking the forearms back. I know there's some discomfort with foam rolling. There absolutely is. But if it's only discomfort, if there's no relief in here too, then maybe you need to get a softer foam roller. They come in different densities. Maybe you need a softer one. Or maybe you can offload more weight onto your limbs, right? Like if this is too much for my thighs, well, then maybe I need to be pressing down more with my forearms. Maybe I could even arrange things so that my toes are curling under and my feet are supporting me a little, as if there wouldn't be quite so much pressure on the thighs. Try rolling closer to the knees. Try rolling closer to the hips. You can try turning the toes out away from each other as you're getting your quads at a different angle. And then everybody's favorite, let's try the IT band. So roll onto one hip and glide the foam roller down the side of your thigh. I've got the foam roller on my right thigh and I've got the left foot forward, and the left foot is really serving as a kickstand. So it's taking some weight off my right thigh. And we need not just roll the IT band. In fact, this might be even richer if we take a little bit more weight toward the front of the thigh and maybe the back of the thigh. And for me, this gets really meaningful if I go a little closer to the knees. I know it's rich with sensation, right? But Sometimes when I sit for long periods, my knees get really tight. And if I foam rolled first, often that tightness doesn't ever occur in the first place. Okay, let's try that on the other side. So for me, that's the left hip against the foam roller, and then we're gliding forward and back. It's also important to pay attention to what the rest of you is doing while you foam roll. So is your left shoulder in a good place for you? Is your left shoulder back? Are you able to stay broad across the collarbones? I'm walking the hands forward and back as much as I need to in order to take the foam roller closer to my knee, then closer to my hip. And I'm making sure to roll the front of the thigh and the back of the thigh, not just the IT band. And after we've had about enough of that, let's do something to help release tension at the side of the neck. The pressure of the foam roller isn't meant to be right on your cervical vertebrae. It's not going to be right on the back of your neck. You're looking to place pressure, gentle pressure, right here, where the shoulder kind of becomes your neck. This is how you would do it. You lie down with the back of your skull supported by the foam roller. Your feet are arranged in a bridge pose prep position. Then you lift your hips up and glide weight more onto one shoulder. So I'm tipping myself to the left a little bit, and I found it already. I found a really meaningful place at the side of the upper trapezius. And I can modulate this a little bit by taking the right arm overhead, scooting my feet closer to me. And I'm experimenting with how far I need to turn my body to the left for this to be most valuable. We can exhale any tension we find living in these places. And we lower down with control. Let's try that on the other side. So I'm tilting my body a little bit more to the right. I'm lifting, getting my hair out of the way, then lifting up into the semi-bridge position. Left fingertips can come back behind me as I roll the right side of my neck, the upper trapezius. Does it feel better when you turn more to the right? Does this feel better when you walk your feet further back? What do you need to do to make this a rewarding experience for you? Lower it down when you're ready and notice how you feel after that brief foam rolling session.